Yeah, really excited for our group. It's hard to get back to the Boston Garden, so for these guys, you got to earn that, and really proud of them to beat a really good BC team here in the first round of the playoffs. Just excited for our group.
That's similar to the BC situation. You played these guys recently, both very competitive games. How much does that help in terms of trying to prepare?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the teams we've been playing recently, we've played within the last 2 to 3 weeks, it seems like. So with UConn, yeah, we know them very well. They know us very well, and tendencies. Obviously, it's not too tough to find teaching clips because we just played them 2 times. So they're a good team. We're going to have to be prepared. We're going to have to, this time of year, you got to play your best hockey.
Just comment on their size. I was just looking at their roster.
Yeah.
There are some big, tall.
Yeah.
How do they play that way?
Yeah, they're a physical team. Yeah, they're physical. They finish checks. They got some big bodies, especially up front, that are good on the forecheck that will finish hits.
Just win one battles in the corner, stuff like that.
Yeah, they're a heavy team. They go to the net really hard. It's something that we need to make sure that we're boxing out early, and we're hard to play against in front of our own net.
Coach, back in October, you guys played this UConn team, you lost them, you were 0-2 in hockey. You told us, you guys were just participants in hockey. Obviously, things have changed. You participated pretty well this year. But how did you guys use that as kind of a turning point for this program?
Yeah, just looking back to that game, we didn't play with any identity that night, and it was early in the season, and I thought UConn came in and imposed their identity against us. So obviously we've gotten better. They've gotten better. Listen, this time of year, the 4 teams that are at the Garden, and quite frankly, a lot of the teams that didn't make the Garden, they're a really good hockey team. So, like I said, you got to play your best hockey. You got to stick to what you do well. You got to be prepared for the other team. But for us, we got to make sure that we're playing our brand of hockey, and we're excited to play at the Garden. We've played there before. We know it. I think the rink suits us well. So we just got to go in there, stick to our plan, and be a confident group.
Just comment on having a money goal in these kind of single elimination contests. That's what it seems like you got with this team.
Yeah. We feel pretty good when we're walking off the bus with Levi behind us. He's the best goalie in college hockey, in my opinion. So whenever you get a guy like that, it gives your group a lot of confidence to play in front of him. But at the same time, we want to make sure we're defending really well. We're allowing him to see pucks and taking away their second opportunities, taking away them going side to side on him, because we feel if he sees it, he's going to stop it. So we want to play really well in front of Devin on Friday night.
Piggybacking off of Devin, him and Yannick Perez come from the same hometown in Montreal. They're the top 2 goalies, or 2 out of 3 at least. Can you just talk about how crazy that is? This.
Yeah, Montreal, especially with our program too. We've got a bunch of them, a lot of connections to Montreal, and there's been a lot of good goaltenders that have come out of that area. So for those 2 guys to really grow up in the same town, though, it's crazy, and especially for them to go to college, because a lot of those guys go major, junior. So good for both of them. They're both having terrific seasons, and they're both great goaltenders.
Do you see similarities and the difference? What can differences be between the 2? Because
I don't. Yeah, I don't know Pretz that well, so I don't want to speak on it. I know he's athletic. I know that I remember watching him on tape way back at the beginning of the year, and I was impressed with him, his athleticism. But I'd have to go back and watch him a little bit more.
Yeah, and then mentioning the Garden, it's such a big thing. Does it feel like a potential home game for you guys since you draw so well there?
No, I wouldn't say a home game, but we are familiar with it, and we like playing there. We've had success at the Garden. It's a different rink than a lot of teams are used to playing on. The ice surface is a little bit different. But I think when you step into the Boston Garden, you just get that special feeling. And I know our guys, that was a big goal, was to find a way to get back to the Boston Garden, and now it's one game at a time. If you have success on Friday night, you get a chance to play for a championship on Saturday.
Let's talk about Jack Hughes, and how did he transition from being a freshman to a first-line center?
Yeah, he's always, at the start of the year, he's always played big minutes for us. He's just, for a young kid, I can't say how much he's developed his all-around game, and I don't want to say develop either. I think it's more just the maturity of his game, being a young kid. Just the way he plays the right way. He's got such a mature game for a kid that just turned 18 years old. He's a winner. He can do so many different things to help your team win. He's one of the most skilled guys in Hockey East right now, but at the same time, he has such great instincts on both sides of the puck. When you need him to make a big play defensively, he'll make it. He understands situations really well, and he's just his game just keeps getting better and better. And right now, he's playing his best hockey for us.
Coach, the way the BC game went, they put 25 shots in the third period. They were making a comeback there.
Yeah.
Have you guys been working on that this week, just kind of seeing out the full 60 minutes?
Yeah, we talked about it, and we watched some tape on it too. I thought we got on our heels a little bit a lot actually in the third period, and first of all, you don't want to take penalties. That's one way to let a team back in a game. And when we gave the first goal up to make it 3-1, I just felt like we were waiting for bad things to happen, and you can't play that way. And we talked about it. We saw a lot of clips on video, and you want to be in that situation where you're up 1 or 2 goals late in a game, and now it's just playing on your toes and going out and winning the period as opposed to holding on.
Any significance to being in the early game? Then hope the second game goes triple overtime.
No, you know what, you do like the early game. You like the early game if you win. Gives you a chance to watch the other teams play, and gives you a little bit more rest for the second night.
Does that help having that experience? 3 years ago, you guys were in the early game, and just all the experience in terms of being part of this is the time I think you guys have been into Hockey East in the last 7 years. Just have that experience.
Yeah, I think so. I think anytime you can go through that, and we have guys that have won at this tournament, and you take everything, whether it's what time you get to the rink and your preparation before the game. I think it's nice that we get to practice at the rink tomorrow for some guys that hadn't skated there or didn't play in the bean pot. You always take things like that, but at the same time, it's a new year, it's a new team. We just want to make sure we go there and you play your best hockey at the end of the day. At this time of year, you want to play your best hockey, and we want to make sure that we do that.
We've already touched upon the languages when you're working with the year now, being downstairs, talk to them, makers, and anything else you can.
Yeah. Well, obviously, that's a huge, to be a top 10 candidate. We've had. I know Sakira was top 10, and Aston Reese and Gaudette. Trying to think, I might be missing someone as well. I think I might be missing somebody, but we've had top 10s before, and it's a huge honor. It's great for the program. It's well deserved. I actually thought that maybe we might have 1 or 2 more in there, but they could have been deserving as well. But he's, Deb's had a terrific year, and I don't think he's done yet either, and that's what's great about him. He's as hungry as ever. Wants to just keep moving forward with the season, and he's a great teammate. He wants to win. He wants to help the guys, and they love playing for him, and he loves playing for them.
Can you talk about his preparation and his routines? The breathing, facing the
Yeah, he's got his own way of doing things. He likes that's the way he stays focused, and he goes through that breathing technique, and it's not something that I taught him or anything like that. I can promise you that. But he's got a great relationship with Mike Condon, our goalie coach, and Condo's done a fantastic job with him this year. Just not only with the physical part of the game, but the mental part of the game. And, you know, Dev's as focused as any hockey player I've ever been around.
Can you touch on that a little bit more, even from like on this year to be the goalie coach? You know, have you seen that relationship grow? How important is it to have him there?
Yeah, he's just in constant communication with all of our goalies. They trust him, they lean on him. You know, he doesn't try to change them, but he tries to add different things to their game to make them better. But I think the mental part of it and the rest and making sure that they're getting the right amount of reps versus the right amount of rest preparing for games. And he's got great experience with that, and he's a really intelligent guy. I've learned a lot from him this year just chatting with him. So he's been an awesome addition to the coaching staff.
And this group that you have, they're not exactly used to losing on the Garden. I think for all these guys, that was the first time to be top
Yeah.
line. Does it feel a bit like you guys have some unfinished
Yeah.
business on the ice?
Yep, without a doubt. That we didn't play our best hockey, you know, in the Beanpot final. I think we all know that. So yeah, I think our guys are excited to get back there and go out and play a much better game this time around.
It's been a little bit. Obviously, your sophomore year, COVID at the end of the year, and then last year we had that disappointing loss. So it's always nice when you can play the Garden for a trophy.
Yeah, he said it. We're excited. Obviously, we have a good record in the Garden, so looking forward to it. Seniors, so looking to go out strong and win another trophy and then carry on from there.
Yeah, just adding on to that, you know, we talked to Coach. That was the first loss you guys have had at the Garden, you know, your class.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like you have some unfinished business on the ice?
Yeah, of course. Of course, we have some unfinished business. Obviously, we didn't want the game didn't go how we wanted it to, but we have another chance and we have another trophy to win this coming weekend, so we're excited.
When you get into these kind of single elimination situations, you guys got a money goal. I mean, how much confidence do you have in him that he can, you know, make the big save or come up with, you know, the time to play?
A ton, and Dev's, I mean, been a huge part of our team this year, but I think we have confidence in everyone. I mean, Dev, it's like whenever you have a goalie back there, it kind of gives everyone a little more confidence with like the puck on their stick, and they're not gripping their stick so tight. But like our D-core, you know, all year has been rock solid. We have a bunch of veterans. Our forwards have been able to score timely goals. So, and obviously that loss of the Beanpot hurt, and we know we can play a lot better. So we have a lot of confidence in everyone.
How are the lines of communication between the D-core and Devin?
Good. We've been hammering out details this week. Especially we've been changing a couple of things with our breakouts and stuff. But it's great, like especially with Coach Condon too and Dev. We always talk about what's easier on the goalie, what's easier on a defenseman. Communicating. Talk about that all week, every week. So it's huge.
Speaking of huge, the Connecticut, the Huskies have quite a few big players, you know, bigger than
Yep.
Condon. Like, how do you guys deal with a challenge like that?
I think defensively, we kind of just got to be in the right positions at the right time. Just stay in front of the guys. Obviously, we're not going to be able to move big guys as easily, but just playing the right D, being in the right spots, and making the right reads will kind of carry us through the game.
They have some big boys. They're heavy down low, and I mean it's nice to like be able to practice against it every day. Like we have some big boys down low who can hold on the puck and shield the puck, and I mean you practice it every day. So you learn different things. You know they're gonna shoot the puck from everywhere. Like they had 100 shots when they played us over 2 games. So it's definitely not easy. They're a good team.
It'll be a good game.
Yeah.
And then, what do you guys think of Devin's routines when he's on the ice and you guys are over at the bench, getting your instructions from coach, and he's doing what it is that he does? You know, what do you
Yeah.
guys think about that stuff?
He's a goalie, that's for sure.
He's a goalie, and Devin's Devin. He's going to do his thing, and he's going to get ready however he gets ready. And during the game, kind of let him do his thing and takes care of himself, and that's it. He's there for us, and that's all we can really ask for. He's there. However he needs to get ready is, and translate to however he plays. You know, let him do his thing.
Were you guys aware that both him and Janet Perez are from the same part of Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
talk about all those Montreal guys. They all work out together, and all we hear it all the time.
Yeah.
But crazy, they're like training in the same gym and stuff, and now say they're both top 10. I mean, Hobie Baker finalists, well deserved. But yeah, all those guys they play like Lac St. Louis Lions growing up and
Yeah.
stuff. Oh yeah.
I mean, and then to have them both come to the NCAA and basically be 1 and 2 in most of the categories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's huge. I think it speaks to college hockey, and hopefully there's more draw to college hockey from that area. But yeah, they've both been doing great.
So there isn't a group in April like that?
There's not. I mean, my dad runs skills, like local skills, for the Upper Valley guys, but no, there's not really a clique like that.
It's nothing like the Montreal clique, I'll tell you that. Those guys are something special.
When you decide to come back for your senior year, I don't know how you approach things, but is this, how far have you gone, unfortunately? Did you anticipate having a season like this and getting back to the Garden?
It was the hope for sure. Like it was the reason. It was like the main reason why to be able to play with Julian, to be able to play with all the guys, all the returners, and have another shot at championship. Like last year was devastating. I mean, not only COVID, but just the way we lost in that first game of the playoffs, and it was just like you never want to leave on that note, and it was just sour, and we got back to work pretty quick, and it was just like always thinking next year, what can we do next year? And then as the summer went on, Coach Keefe got named head coach, and it was just like, this is like, and now looking at where we are now, this is why we play, you know, chance for a trophy. We have a great team, and get to hopefully go on top with some of the older guys.
Yeah.
You mentioned Coach Keefe, obviously, hockey's coach of the year for him. Can you just talk about, you know, he's been around the program for a long time with you guys. It's not like you're bringing in someone brand new to the program, but can you just talk about how you guys, especially as a leadership group, kind of bought into what he's telling you?
Yeah. Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, he's had his fingerprints on everything for over the past however long he's been here, 10 years. And just to see him, you know, he's completely ready to take over that title, and I think he's done a great job kind of bringing everyone together, and you can see over the course of the year how close we've become as a group. And we're not perfect, like no team's perfect. We've had our bumps in the road and times where maybe it's not clicking perfectly, but just to see how far we've come in that aspect, and the award is well deserved.